Welcome to Thrive Over 40, the podcast for busy moms navigating midlife changes who are ready to feel energized, balanced, and like themselves again. I'm Amanda Mitchell, Ayurvedic wellness mentor and coach, and I help busy women over 40 improve their wellness naturally through simple, sustainable lifestyle shifts that actually fit into your real life. From stress support and self-care to holistic wellness, Ayurveda, nervous system support, and healthy habits for midlife women, this podcast is designed to help you feel better without overwhelm. If you're exhausted from trying complicated wellness routines and looking for realistic ways to support your body, mind, and hormones at home, you're in the right place. Around here, we focus on small intentional changes that create lasting transformation from the inside out. So grab your tea, get cozy, and let's thrive over 40 together. Welcome back to Thrive Over 40. I'm Amanda Mitchell, and if you're new here, I help busy moms in midlife simplify their wellness using the wisdom of Ayurveda so you can feel like yourself again. Today's episode started with something that happened on my drive home from the gym this morning. You know those moments where something completely ordinary ends up teaching you a much bigger lesson? That was one of those moments. My gym is about 30 minutes from my house, and I live in a pretty rural area. Most of my drive is on county highways and back roads, and there are plenty of tractors, farm equipment, and semi-trucks, especially this time of year. On the way to the gym, I decided to take one route, and on the way home, I chose a different one. And as I came to one of the intersections, there was a semi-truck getting ready to turn right onto the road that I was going to take. Immediately, my brain said, nope, I don't want to get stuck behind that truck. Have you ever done that? You assume something is going to slow you down, so you choose another route. I figured if I went straight ahead instead of turning right behind the semi, I'd get home faster. It seemed logical, so I went my own way. I drove through a couple more intersections, wound through the back roads, and was feeling pretty good about my decision. Then, when I was only a couple minutes from home, I looked up the road, and there it was, the same semi-truck that I had tried to avoid. It had beaten me to where I was going to go. I actually laughed out loud in my car. I had gone out of my way trying to avoid something I thought would slow me down, and I ended up taking longer. Isn't it funny how life gives us little lessons like that? As I was driving the last couple of miles home, I couldn't stop thinking about how much this reminds me of what so many women experience with their health, because I see this all the time, and maybe you've been there too. You want to feel better, you want more energy, you want to sleep through the night, you want your digestion to improve, you want to understand why your body suddenly feels different in your 40s or 50s. And so what do? We start collecting information. We listen to one podcast, then another. We save Instagram and Pinterest posts. We watch YouTube videos. Someone recommends magnesium. Someone else says it's protein. Another person says it's hormones. Someone tells you to fast. Someone else tells you never to fast. One expert says eat raw vegetables. Another one says cook everything. And suddenly you're trying to follow 10 different people with 10 different opinions, and they often contradict each other. And none of them are wrong. They're just not giving you the whole picture. It's like driving every back road you can find because each one looks like it might be faster. But eventually you realize you've spent so much time changing directions that you aren't making the progress that you hoped for. And I think one of the biggest misconceptions in wellness is that more information equals better results. But it doesn't. More information without a clear direction usually creates more confusion. And confusion often leads to doing nothing at all. Or maybe you try something for 3 days and then you hear about something else and switch. Then something else catches your attention. Can you say squirrel? And before you know it, you've been working on your health for years, but you still don't feel the way you want to feel. And that's exhausting, and it's also not your fault. We're living in a time where information is everywhere, but wisdom, Wisdom is knowing what actually matters first. And that's one of the things Ayurveda has taught me. You don't have to change your entire life on Monday. You don't have to buy 15 supplements. You don't have to follow every trend that pops up on your social media. Instead, you build a foundation. One simple habit, then another, then another, each one supporting the next, just like building a house. You wouldn't put the roof on before you poured the foundation, yet that's exactly what so many wellness plans encourage us to do. We're trying to optimize everything before we've addressed the basics. Are you digesting your food well? Are you eliminating regularly? Are you sleeping deeply? Those things don't always sound exciting, but they're often the reason everything starts improving. And that's exactly why I created Reclaim Your Radiance Foundation's journey. I created it because I wanted women to stop feeling like they had to become their own health detective. You don't have to spend hours researching, or wonder which advice to follow, or have to keep taking detours hoping the next one is the answer. I've already mapped out the path. The lessons are intentionally designed to build on one another. You learn why your body is responding the way it is. And you begin making simple Ayurvedic shifts that fit into your life. And because most of us are juggling work, family, responsibilities, perhaps aging parents, or maybe you still have kids at home like me, or maybe you have grandkids and everything in between. We need something that feels doable as well as sustainable. Something that helps us reconnect with ourselves instead of adding more to our to-do list. That semi truck reminded me that sometimes what appears to be slowing us down is actually the most direct route. And sometimes our constant search for the perfect answer is the very thing delaying our progress. Maybe today is the day you stop taking every side road. Maybe today is the day you stop trying to piece your wellness together from 100 different resources. Maybe today is the day you simply follow a path that's already been created. Small, consistent steps create lasting transformation, one gentle shift at a time. If today's episode resonated with you and you're ready to stop guessing and start building a solid foundation for your health, I'd love to invite you into my Reclaim Your Radiance Foundation's journey. It's where I walk alongside you, helping you simplify Ayurveda into practical, sustainable habits that support your body during midlife and beyond. You don't have to keep taking the long way home. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this episode encouraged you, would you share it with a friend who might need to hear it too? And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And remember that your body is always communicating with you. And when you slow down long enough to listen, that's where healing begins. Until next time, take gentle, meaningful care of yourself. Before you go, I want to remind you that lasting wellness in midlife doesn't come from doing everything perfectly. It comes from small, supportive shifts that help you feel more like yourself again. If you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and start creating sustainable wellness habits that support your energy, hormones, nervous system, and overall well-being, I'd love to invite you into my Reclaim Your Radiance Foundation's journey. Inside, we focus on simple, realistic practices for busy women over 40 through weekly guidance, supportive habits, and one-on-one mentoring designed to help you feel more grounded, nourished, and radiant from the inside out. You can find all the details in the show notes. And if this episode spoke to you, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with another woman who needs this reminder too. Until next time, keep choosing yourself in the small moments because those small shifts truly add up.